Twins lost this game. They sucked. That's pretty much all you need to know. You can see the final score here. They lost 11-5. Funny story, though, actually. Fenway Park, where the Red Sox play, opened 111 years ago today. They won 11-5. This was not the Twins' day. I think my dad said this, actually, too. He's like, the curse of the Bambino, which is just what he likes to say. But it was very clear the Twins weren't winning this game today, if you believe in that kind of stuff, or just look at the history. I don't know. It's just a fun way to say it, but a lot of interesting conspiracy numbers, I guess. 11, opened 111 years ago today. Anyway, the Twins lost. They sucked in this game. That's, again, all you really need to know. They lost 11-5. They got out hit 14-10. And realistically, this wasn't that bad of a game for, like, the second half of it for the Twins. But they gave up 6 runs in the third inning, and that was it. Now, if you take away those runs, we have a tie game. You know, you have a clean third inning. We have a tie game. Anything can happen, right? Twins made a comeback attempt late, but it didn't matter. So we're going to cover this game, and it's kind of why I'm late. It's like almost 10 o'clock at night because they played during the afternoon, so I was at work, so I very much didn't get to see a lot of this game. I actually had the MLB tracker up, so I could just peek at it every once in a while, but yeah, this game, it was 1-0, then it was 2-0, and then all of a sudden I look and it was 7-0, and I said, well, that game's over, so I turned it off. But if you watch this game, more power to you, I guess. I don't really know what to tell you. So let's go into it. We're going to start with pitching today because I just think it's so interesting how this transposed, right? This unfolded. So Maeda is now 0-3, and he has had probably the toughest 2023, I think, out of any pitcher, maybe. I mean, the struggles that this guy has faced is incredible. And today, he took a line drive off of his leg, fractured something. I think he's going to be out for a little while. That sucks. And it sucks for him because he was already battling like arm tightness or some sort of injury a little bit ago, was pulled from the lineup, the rotation, and Varland had to go in and pitch. So the dude has just struggled, not really even because of his pitching ability, but just because of the things that he can't really control, right? Just like coming off of Tommy John. So who really knows how good his arm is? And then gets hit with a line drive. Like, brother, I feel for him, and I hope he's okay, but it just sucks. It sucks for him. It sucks for the team, and I hope that he can get better very soon. But he only went 2 innings today. Made a heck of a play when he got hit to make the out, but then came out of the game, did give up the 1 run. It was a home run in the first inning, the leadoff home run at that for the Red Sox. So the Twins were already down. The Nerfy didn't hit. Just a struggle right out of the gate. Plus the offense was completely stagnant for the first couple of innings. I don't think they had a hit through 4, at least 3. So yeah, they struggled again and again and again. Their offense, they've only come alive twice this year, but every other game it just seems like they don't. And they had 10 hits in this one. They hit, like I said, made a comeback late, but it was already way too late. So Maeda has a 4.5 ERA now, 0-3 record. It's not entirely his fault either. But today, oh my gosh, Emilio Pagan, if he is not DFA'd by the time this video is up, I don't know what to tell you. He did okay at the beginning of last year, and I can't remember how they obtained him. It was a trade. It's escaping me. I remember they got him in a deal. I thought it was with the Padres, but that didn't make any sense. You'll have to let me know because I don't have it in front of me. But anyway, he did really good at the beginning of last year for like a month. Then he struggled, and it seemed like every single game that he pitched, he was giving up a run, he was losing the game late. It was not a pretty sight. Well, put that into the butter churner right away this year because he went 1 2/3 innings, did not even complete the second inning before being pulled because he gave up 8 hits and 6 runs. Gave up no home runs, by the way. It wasn't like, left a ball over the middle of the plate that's all he did was put balls over the middle of the plate, but it's like he just got outworked. It's like they knew what was coming. Only had 1 strikeout, didn't walk anybody. I guess that's good because he was wild last year, but he now has a 7.88 ERA. That sucks. And again, if he's not DFA'd, I don't know what to tell you at this point. Alcala didn't really do much better. 2 1/3 innings worth of work. He gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, and a home run. Struck out 1, walked 1. His ERA, 4.5. Moran came in again. He struggled in the first game of this series. Gave up 3 runs in the bottom half of the 10th. Gave up a walk-off. Now, one of those runs wasn't earned because of the runner on second, but whatever. It doesn't matter. He's got a 7.27 ERA. Gave up 3 hits and a run today. Did strike out 2. The Twins only had 4 strikeouts today. Maeda didn't have any. Of course, he was only in there for 2 innings, but that sucks. And then Willie Castro, the best pitcher of the day, gets 1 out and no hits, no runs. So good for him, I guess. He actually hit a home run today, which we'll talk about here in a second. But, that's awful. And the reason I want to point this out that it's so poor is Pagan and Alcala didn't pitch in this series. The Red Sox hadn't seen him yet. And there's 2 ways you can look at it. One is, okay, they've sat for a couple of days. Maybe they're just a little rusty, which I don't really like that excuse because it's the major leagues. You're still participating every day in warm-ups. You're still getting bullpens in. It's not live action, but you understand the point of that. You're not just sitting on a bench. You're still participating. The second thing is, and the other way you want to look at it is, the Red Sox hadn't seen him. They shouldn't have done as well as they did. They went through 6 pitchers in game 1. They only went through 2 pitchers yesterday. These guys should have been the guys today, right? They should have came down, locked it down. Maybe you can argue that they just aren't that good. Pagan especially. Alcala, it's one hit, the one time he blows up in a while. I don't know, but Pagan, Alcala, and Moran are clearly the bottom of the barrel when it comes to pitching. And, once Pagan gave up 6 runs, this game was over. It didn't matter who you put out there. But, you would have thought that maybe Alcala and Moran would have just done a little bit better. Anyway, it's shocking. I think that those guys didn't pitch, and yet they were the ones who struggled the most. Interesting. Let me know your take on that. But let's go to hitting really quick. There's not a ton to talk about. Willie Castro today, he was everything. Third base, shortstop, and a pitcher. Went 2 for 4, had 2 RBI, a home run in the 9th inning. That's cool. Also had a double. Great. He was their entire offense today. But like I said, they had 10 hits. They just all came when it was too late. It didn't really matter. So we could talk all about, consistency or hitting with guys in scoring position or whatever. It just didn't matter today because they were already out of it. And I get anything can happen in baseball, but, come on. You're down 7-0. You were down, 10-1. Looked like the Yankees or Red Sox game yesterday. So they went 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position, which isn't even that bad, but it's just they were out of it already. So some other guys who did okay. Kepler, 2 for 5. He had a double and an RBI. Julian, another RBI for him. Gordon had a double in his 1 for 4 day. Vasquez 1 for 4 with an RBI. That's about it. Almost everyone got a hit. Gallo went 0 for 3, and that's it. So he was the only guy who didn't record a hit as a starter, which is kind of wild. But again, it just tells you, this was not the lineup today. Things just weren't going their way. Kepler, under 200. Correa, 200. Julian, 200. Miranda, 200. Gordon, 100. Castro, 217. All of these guys are just not contributing to the expectation, I think, of a leading Twins team. They are 11-8. They're still in first place. This is not a good-looking offense. 10 hits and 5 runs is good, but when you just they just don't have a complete game. It's just pitching has always been good, but their hitting sucks. And that's been what the story is most of the time, which is why the Twins are just barely able to win games. Or on the other side of it, their offense just comes alive, and, then it doesn't really matter, but it's only happened twice this year. So, I don't know. It's just, this team just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. So I don't know what else to say. They get the Nationals this weekend, so hopefully they can beat up on a somewhat bad team and go from there. So not probably the best video, not the most exciting, but whatever. You can skip it and go tomorrow. So just stayed till this point. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you tomorrow.